It's recording. All right.
Welcome to our podcast.
I'm Carl.
I'm Kylie. This week we're going to be talking about
Have a fear of grass.
our memories like blackout,
Reciprocal.
palm trees.
Saturday.
And none of it logistically makes sense.
Searchers that have been unsolved.
Are you reaching the Earth's core? Okay, cue the intro. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. This is.
Okay. We just went through so many technical issues just to get here. So
It was so funny.
So this week was Thanksgiving break.
It's over. I'm going to cry.
And so we have so much content to go through this week because we actually did, well, okay, I won't say we did stuff, but we did more than we thought we were going to do.
It was, are we going to get into the Minecraft?
Oh my God, if this is the first episode you're listening to, I swear we're not that much of losers. Like, we have a life outside. Okay, so we're 16.
We're in high school,
And we
we're
just-
juniors.
And we just spent our entire break playing Minecraft.
Okay, it's funny. Okay, it started out as a joke. And basically, so this guy in my class, and we were like laughing at how he looks like a Twitch streamer, right?
I think he is a Twitch streamer.
I
He has
think
like the angle, you know? You can
Yeah,
kinda just
yeah.
tell.
He's got like that. I know so many guys like that, like in my classes who like have
Yeah,
like, the
there's
headset.
a lot.
So basically, I was joking around, and I was like, you know, like this guy like bet like what games does he play, you know? And we started like picking out these like kind of like funny games.
Okay, so we started off with like actual games. We were like, he probably like, I was like, what if he plays like Valorant or like, I don't know, what's something called? I don't know.
Call of
Something
Duty,
like,
other stuff.
yeah, something like that, right? And then I was like, what if he's just like a Minecraft YouTuber or like a Jetpack Joy streamer?
And then I said Roblox, and it was so funny. And then and we were joking, right? And then we said, and then I said, oh wait, you know, I forgot that like I had Minecraft because I haven't played in a while, and I've like been so busy. Like I'm like, you know, let me like check out my Minecraft world, you know?
Because that was like our whole childhood. Like we realized at that moment we literally had the same childhood, and we were like, oh my God, we should play. And so then I was like, oh, haha, like I thought we were joking. And then Carl sends me a picture of her screen, and she's like,
I'm
it's
doing
loading.
it.
And I was
It's
like,
loading. And then I didn't know had Minecraft, and she goes, oh my gosh, like I had it because like I have Minecraft as well. And then we just went on this like huge, like the whole night. It was like,
okay, we went on a journey, man. Like
It was
a
a
journey. This week has been like the longest week of our lives. We have been grinding in Minecraft, and I can say we are gamer girls now. We are gamer
yeah.
girls.
but it was
We're
so
recording
funny,
this
and,
on
like,
Discord. And if that doesn't tell you something,
we have to record this on Discord because this is the first time we're doing it on Discord because I just got a new computer and it's not a
Yes.
Mac. So that's
and we figured
and,
we'd be like gamer girls, and like instead of, we could use Skype, we could use Zoom, but why not?
we just gotta fulfill the gamer girl moment.
Yeah,
but yeah.
and so we're kind of like in our little moment right now. And so we have
and
a
it's-
server.
Oh yeah,
We
it's
couldn't
so
figure out
funny
how to do multiplayer world, so I was like, frick it, we'll just start a server.
So there was a server and sorry, Kylie, I never call you by your persona
I know,
name.
and I
so
always call you Carl. Like,
okay, I have
you are
to
Carl.
So basically, Kylie, she sends me the IP address, right? And the IP address like came in a link, and I was like, weird. I said, you know, I'll click on it, and I sat there for like
because it's
30
like blah 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 Minecraft our world and then .com, right? Because you know how you put that in like the server address. And so
yeah.
I told her, I was like, copy paste it into there, and she loads it on Google Chrome.
And I was like, this is taking forever. And she's like, why are you using Chrome? Just like enter it. And I go, I was like, I did not know that. I clicked the link and it told me
I was
that
like, why is it taking this long? Like, it shouldn't take this long. It, like, will either let you into the world or it will reject it, right? And you were just, like, taking, like, 20 minutes. And then I was like, send me your screen. And you sent me a picture, and it's the Chrome loading. She used it as a website link.
Okay, and what's funny thing is, like, I had the IP address up, like, to type it in. And I was like, you know, like, I guess, and it was just, and so he's like, no, just type it in. Why are you, like, doing all this other stuff? And I was like,
my God.
You're right. But, yeah. Oh, and then, basically, our first world, we landed in a village. Fun fact, we didn't like...
Actually, really, really sad fact.
Yeah, fun fact, actually really, really sad fact. We died and we lost our stuff. Hey, but we got
Did we have
diamonds.
diamonds?
Mm-hmm.
We got diamonds in the first world? Okay. So
It was
then
in
we were
the
like...
sand. It was like in the desert biome, remember?
Sahara.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like ready to build a house, but we weren't like that far along, so we were like, okay, it's fine. And then we died and we kind of got frustrated and we were like, okay, let's just start a new world because like who cares? And so we started a new world, and this world we built tents.
It was 100 times better than the first world because we actually knew what we were doing and we kind of like made our mistakes and we were like, okay, let's just like don't do that or whatever. And we made this,
and
like,
we got
cute
diamonds.
system.
Like we were so good. We had like tons of iron, tons of like a few diamonds. We had like the cutest little tents for houses. Like we were really just amazing.
We were grinding, man.
And
we
then
were
what
on the roll.
happened? And then what happened?
It got deleted. And
Yeah,
I remember that,
so-
I don't know how it happened because, to be fair, I did leave at the end, but then I was like, because you told me you
No, I
needed
don't
an
think it's
end.
you. Okay, because we said we were gonna add mods, so we wanted like the cute little food mods, because you know, such gamer girls, and so we had to so we were trying to put the food mods in, and then it like wasn't working, and it was making like our computers like overheat like crazy, like you know when your computer is like
The fan.
like yeah, and it's like really just about to blow up and explode. So we're like, okay, I'll just take the mods off. So I took the mods off and I restarted the server. And normally when it's gonna delete your world, it tells you, it says your world will be deleted. Is that okay? And then you have to approve it, right? But this one said it was just like a regular restart. So I was like, oh, it's fine. And so we don't have backups turned on at this point because I'm like, oh, it just wastes space in our Google Drive. And because we're just normal basic podcasters, we're not like rich or anything.
Yeah.
Like we're like, okay, I'll just I don't want to pay for extra Google storage. And so I was like, okay, we don't need to turn backups on because it just takes up extra storage. And then the world got deleted.
It went poof. And then I saw the text message, and at first I was like, what happened? I like
A
thought
little
of all
moment
the
of
things.
silence.
Yeah, and I just thought of all the things we did. I was like, our diamonds, our tents.
We were literally about to play as well because it was right before our break period.
For school.
And so we were literally about to play. And then Carl, I was like, So, something happened.
And I was like, you know what?
I was
it's
so
fine.
scared to tell you.
It's fine. Like, I wouldn't have been mad at I would have been like, oh, that sucks. Like, all our hard work, but I've been like, okay, restart. Let's start a new one. Hey, but this world
Because
is
at this
like
point,
10.
we're pros. We know. We've got the beginning down. We know exactly what to do. You gotta find the sheep. You gotta find a little bed.
Yes.
And then you gotta go mining. And so at this point, we're like pros. We know what we're doing.
And it's so funny because, yeah, like, this world was, like, 100 times better, because we, like, reformatted it. We've got this whole view. We've got multiple, like, systems going on and whatnot.
We have a farm now. Like, we've captured animals. We have a farm. We have, like, a little wool thing where, like, all the sheep are died. Like,
they're so colorful.
we're popping off. I
We're doing
know.
so well.
We have a house, and we're building a second house right now. Like...
But yeah, we're doing good, so it's fine if the house or that world
So
got
yeah, we're
deleted.
gamers now.
Gamer girls.
Maybe we'll impress. Oh, should
Oh,
we bleep his name?
yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, that is our Minecraft journey, and we're still not done with it. We still have it going. I just have homework, which is why I haven't like been
Okay.
playing.
Like, I know people are gonna. Okay. Like, we really thought it was going to be a one-day thing just to explore. And the next thing you know, every single night, I'm texting Carl. I'm like, do you want to play for just, like, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
And then 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then it's, like, 2:30, and we're like, maybe we should get off.
Yeah, maybe we should get off and actually, like, sleep. There was one time...
Yeah.
There was one time where, we were playing, like, really late, and it wasn't, like, Thanksgiving yet, and you were like...
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, hey, maybe we should sleep. And I go, it's daytime. What are you talking about? You're like, no, in real life. I was like, oh, yeah, good idea.
Like, our heads are so in the game that...
I know, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it's morning. And it was so funny, and I was like, you're right, we should sleep.
But anyway, our Minecraft world is literally our therapy. Like, I love that so much.
It's so soothing, and it's just nice. We,
And our world isn't getting deleted because I finally compromised to turn backups on. Screw the storage.
yes. Oh, remember how last episode you said that we'd carry on into this one? Send
Yeah,
me.
so last episode we told you guys that we were going to start a crime segment to this podcast.
Hi, so this is Editing Carl here, and basically the following few clips are just from the last week's audio of when we just talked about, scary situations, and yeah, we just wanted to put it in here because we didn't want last week's video to be too much, so we just incorporated it into this week's video. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. This is just what we talked about, a little bit of what we talked about, like scary situations and like scary horror movies that we just thought of. So enjoy. Like,
And it gets dark so quickly, and the river, and like all the
they
animals.
assigned themselves a death wish by wanting to live in the woods. And if I was gonna live in the woods, I would do it with someone.
You need like a whole family or like 4 roommates, like, and a gun.
Yeah, and a gun.
We don't have a gun, but like I feel like if I was in the woods, I'd need one.
Yeah, or like a axe or something.
Cause like, what if like a bear or something? Even like not even a person. Like I feel like people in general, like that's always an unknown. But like an animal, like a bear.
Dude, I'd be so scared. I'd be like, this is your home now. You can stay. I'll leave. Or have you ever like thought about like, I saw this on TikTok. So basically, you know how like there's like crimes like of serial killers that have been unsolved?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever thought about, like, serial killers, like, watching their own documentary about, like, their killings?
And oh my God. And then they know exactly what, like, the FBI and stuff is thinking.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, I got away with this, but they caught this, and, like...
Yeah, and, like, do you ever think they're kind of, like, they got this information wrong? Or they're like, oh my gosh, I almost slipped up here, and the cops never found out. So dumb.
Oh my God.
Do you think serial killers ever do that? Like, they watch their own documentary, and they're like, they got everything wrong.
Or they're like,
they almost caught me.
Or they're like, they should have photoshopped my acne out of this photo. This isn't my best look.
Yeah. They're like, my side profile does not look like that. Excuse me. At least represent me well.
Or okay, like so when I watched Jane the Virgin, this was the first time I saw this, but this freaked out. You know when they got like the cosmetic surgery to basically change, but like they said like a lot of like people were getting it done to basically get away with it, so your face is changed, right? Yeah. And I was like, how scary is that?
Oh, that
like
is,
that idea, like in general, like a serial killer could be anyone. Because their face, right? Like, you can get plastic surgery.
Imagine how many times you walk past a serial killer. Oh, and you could be a supposed victim.
I don't like this.
Oh, my God.
Okay, we live in, like, the safest neighborhood in all of California. So, I mean, we're probably fine. But still.
Would you want to live in a house that's, like, been supposedly haunted?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. No matter how many people with me, like at some point, I bet you're gonna be alone. Like there's no situation where you're going to be with someone 24/7.
I know what you mean. What's it? Do you know like BuzzFeed Unsolved?
Yeah.
That YouTube channel. I really like that channel. You know, like the people. Like, have you watched like some of their episodes, like Shane and Ryan?
I don't think so.
Oh, so it's like a YouTube channel. And they like talk about like past unsolved crimes. And they're kind of like podcasters as well, if you want to call it. And they're two people, Shane and Ryan, and they're so funny. And they go to these haunted houses and they stay there for one night with like no lights, and it's just the two of them. And it's like in haunted houses. Like I can't do that. Like I wouldn't even be able to step foot.
Maybe if we get some listeners, maybe we'll do that. Maybe if we get listeners, we'll do that. If we get a total of 3 listeners.
Yeah, if we
get 3 views, we'll go to... No. Should we start a segment where we should start a segment where we like find one crime and we just work on it. We have updates every week of like what we find.
Yeah.
Like find one case.
I love crime.
We should choose one case and then each week update our theories.
Oh, have you seen that one case on Netflix where it's like one of the new series? I forgot what it's called, but it's a recent case about this 2018 case of this guy who murdered his whole family and like dumped them or whatever.
Oh no! I don't even know how people can do that. It's like your family, like literally your blood.
I don't, and like they caught everything on camera. Like they caught his facial expression, him lying about it, and it's just so like, it's so raw. And like he's not a serial killer, he's a murderer. But like it's so scary.
If you find a case that's like unsolved or whatever, and you want to look into it together, that could be so much fun.
I have a few cases in mind, actually. Really? I have a few cases that, like, haunt me, and, like, I still think about them, like, from time to time.
Text them to me later. We'll talk about that next week. Not next week, 2 weeks from now. We will update you guys every other week about what we find. This will be our new segment. Oh, my God. This is our first segment, our first structure to the show.
What's it called?
We'll come up with a cool name.
Okay.
It's so funny because we literally like produce the podcast while we're doing the podcast. Like we come here, no list. The most structure we have is my 5 words on a random note on my phone, and we're like, okay, let's talk. Like conversation just flows so naturally.
I think it's good.
This episode was supposed to be like a happy episode, and it's taken a dark twist.
Hi guys, Editing Carla here. This is another intermission. Basically, the next clip after the little snippet you guys hear is talking about this week's case. So, I hope you guys enjoy.
So, Carl chose a case.
Yes.
Carl chose a case.
It's the Cynthia Anderson case, and basically, wait, hold on. I'm pulling it up. Wait.
I watched the BuzzFeed video earlier today.
You know what's funny? I got inspiration from BuzzFeed Unsolved. I love them, man. I love them so much. Let me watch. So,
hopefully you edit this to make us sound a lot faster, because right now we're like, yeah, give me like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Editing me is gonna know what to do. So, dude, because of this new computer, I don't even know like how to edit on this. So, oh well. We're just gonna see how.
If you need help, just let me know.
Okay. So basically, there's this girl named.
Why don't you give us the background?
Okay. So basically, I forgot the timeline. I think it was in the 80s. This girl, she had these like weird dreams in which, and then she had like these weird dreams, and she was like abducted from her home, and then she was later murdered. And when she told her mom about these dreams, like, her mom didn't really take her seriously. But basically, during the she was single, right? And like she worked. She worked.
Oh wait, so she was like a really big like church person.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
she went to church a lot, and she was dating this guy, and they were supposed to go like the same college. And then she worked at, what was it, like a law firm? As a secretary?
I think she was a secretary, a legal secretary.
And what happened was, outside like her work window, there was like someone spray painted this like huge thing that said "I love Cindy" or "I love you, Cindy" or something.
And the weird thing is that no one like took it down. Like, it was up there for months, right? I think from
Like 6 months.
Yeah, it was up there for like 6 months, and no
We
one
should not be crime podcasters. We like don't even have the right info. We're just like okay. Just a
You're right.
disclaimer, like everything we say.
This is from
could be
recollected
wrong.
memory.
Like, we have no notes. This is not professional in any way, shape, or form. And so
Here, let me do some side.
we could be wrong. And I just want.
Yeah.
So, if you're if you're really into crime, please don't come at us. We really don't know what we're saying. Take everything we say with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I have background information because I don't want to get it wrong. So basically, okay, it says on August 4th, 1981, she arrived at her legal office where she worked, and she normally worked alone, and she always kept the doors locked. And then at 12 p.m., 2 of her co-workers arrived to find the office empty. The doors were locked, the mail was in the door, and a radio, the lights, and the air conditioner was all on, so assuming like someone was in there, I guess. And then one co-worker was surprised to find that the book she was reading was open to the only violent part, and found other evidence that suggested she met with foul play, and it appeared that she had been abducted despite having all the doors in the office locked and an alarm to alert the store next door.
Okay,
Scary.
so here's the thing. With this whole law firm and stuff, like, it's super sus, because they installed this panic button for her
And she
in case, like, someone came and abducted her, right? Like, they literally installed this for her, knowing that, like, someone was gonna try and kidnap her or do something, right? And they installed this, and it doesn't even, like, alert the police. It alerts, like, the local neighborhood businesses.
That's so... Dude,
Like,
that's the
what?
thing. When I work, I'm not going to work by myself. Like, I will always make sure that there is someone with me at my job or whatever. Because I don't want to be by myself working. And it's because
Okay,
of,
and
like,
then-
those situations.
And the other thing is, with the book, right? The book was open to this page about how the person was getting abducted at knife point.
And, like, she got abducted, you know? And it was,
As if, like, they were that calculated. They opened the page to that.
like, on purpose.
And this was all in broad daylight.
I know. Dude, it's scary at how, like, now, because I was reading up on, like, something else as well. Like, you know how when people run, like, now you don't see anyone run at nighttime because it's dangerous for people to run by themselves at night because no one will
Yeah.
see you. But even though when you're running in daylight, I've still, like, saw, like, stories of people getting abducted in daylight as well. So it's like you're
Like,
not
whenever
really
I
safe.
walk, I always have to make sure I always have to make sure I walk on, like, a busy road because I'm like, I need people to, like, see just in case.
Yeah, and, like,
That's why I don't go hiking.
yeah, and, like, my parents always say, like, if you're by yourself, like, at least make sure there's, like, bystanders, you know, so people can see if, like, remember in case anything happens to you or whatever. And yeah, and she's, like, the girl.
Or, like, when I walk, you know how you can push your, like, phone thing on the side, like, 7 times, and it'll, like, alert the police, call your emergency contacts, etc.?
Yeah.
Like, I always have my thumb on that, and it's so sad because we live in a world where, like, everyone does that because
because of like
people just aren't good.
Stories like this, and it's like so sad. I'm okay. I'm also reading. So, and then the note. So when they spray painted "I Love You, Cindy" by GW on a wall.
Yeah.
So I'm just reading off of something. It said she had first noticed it 10 months before her disappearance, which is so weird. It has been visible.
Yeah, like they knew something was gonna happen, but they were just like, oh, okay, well, nothing's happened yet.
Yeah, it scares me because
it's like when people get death threats and then they're like, well, they haven't murdered you yet, so we're not doing anything. Like,
that's what pisses me off about like police work sometimes. Like, not now, like I can't say now, but when you read off of like old cases from like the 80s, the 70s, it's usually like the police people, like they suck, like they don't do anything. Like, so when someone
there's
goes missing,
so many opportunities where they could just like step in and they're just like,
yes,
you know, it's fine, you haven't died yet, and so we don't care. Like,
and it's so annoying because it's like you could have saved this person, but instead you decided to cloud your own judgment and think of like optimism or something like that, like saying, oh, has this happened yet? And like because when people go missing, the police will be like, well, have you they'll kind of like make excuses about saying.
I feel like it's because they don't have that big of a budget, right? So like, I think that just like stems as like a problem in society overall, right? Because the police don't have enough money to like do all these like proactive things to prevent these situations, and so they have to wait for something to happen in order to do something about it, right?
True, I understand. And like I also think
it's because they don't have enough money.
Yeah, and I also think like money is a big part of that, and also like kind of like time and effort, you know, because they have other cases to like think about, and like if a new one, they're like, oh, we're not sure if this is, you know, actually true or not, we'll just like wait until something happens, which sucks because they can't really do anything about it until it happens, which is like, you know, we trying to,
but then I also get it because like, but then I also get it because it's like the people who have had something happen to them, like they can't just like not solve those cases, you know.
It's just
so it's just they
up.
need more money.
It's scary, dude. It's scary.
Okay. And then also a month after she had vanished, right? And so they were like looking for her and stuff. The police received like a call that was like anonymous, saying that like they knew where she was and that she was being held in the basement of a house. But then like they hung up and they like didn't say anything else.
Dude, I'm also like reading to this thing, like going back to like the book, right? She's reading a romance novel, and the only violent
We sound like we're in a fishbowl discussion. We're like, and going back to the text.
So I agree with what you say, but I just want to go back to the topic that we were talking about. Cindy was never seen again. There was no body, no farewell. And, like, people suspected, like, you know, she didn't run away by herself because she had, like, she wanted to go to this Christian college, right? And she, like, planned
with her
life.
boyfriend.
But, like, some people, because you know how some people are, like, you know, like, why would they run away? They had, like, things, like, planned out for them and whatnot. And it's like, well, sometimes, like, people, like, do that to, like, not suspect anything. You know?
Yeah, and then also, like, that's what, like, she shows to the world, right? Like, that doesn't mean she's not happy. Like, I mean, she could be unhappy, right? Like, you don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The best people, or the most hurt people, are always the best at hiding it.
The people who are, like, always happy or whatever, or something like that. I, like, heard some. It also said, Cindy's dad said he noticed a change in his daughter's behavior, and then he said just before she disappeared, she was becoming like a debutante. She was spending a lot of time on her face and herself, and she skipped breakfast for this reason, and that may be part of the problem.
she lived such a strict church life, right? Like, she spent a lot of time in the church, and it seems like she kind of grew out of that. Her personality kind of grew out of that.
And like she started focusing more on like society stuff, like you know how in society, like beauty standards or stuff like that. I think that's what the guy was talking about.
So maybe it was that.
Maybe.
I mean, she could have wanted to run away because of that. Like, maybe she just was like, it's too much. Because she was about to take another big step to like spend more time around the church, right? Because she was going to a church college.
Wait.
Or a biblical school.
But then why would there be like the book? Like how does the book play into that, you know? Oh, okay. This is like one of the
that
theories.
would assume she stages her own disappearance.
Yes. I was like thinking maybe she like staged her own disappearance. She like purposely did that to like make make people think like something bad happened to her.
Oh my god. Dude, just talking about this stuff makes me so nervous. Like, I was reading about this earlier, and I was sitting at my desk, and I was literally, like, shaking, because I was, like, so scared. I kept looking at my window. I was, like just listening to stuff makes me so nervous.
Now I want to look at my window. What? That's, like, the case so far. Like, she's still not found. Others suspect that she was kidnapped because...
by the janitor.
Oh, yeah.
Because his initials were GW. But, like, he had no motive. Like, why?
Yeah. Maybe he had a crush on her. That's why he loves Cindy.
Maybe.
This is why
I don't know.
Closest...
It just doesn't seem logical, though. But then at the same time, like, writing I love you, Cindy on... like a building isn't really logical either, so
yeah, and it's like very public for everyone to see, you know. Maybe she rejected him.
It's so scary to think about, though.
But you know what's scary to think about? There's only one person in the world who knows where she is. Like there's only one, like there's got to be someone who knows where she is, you know? Like,
well, yeah, the person who either kidnapped her or her.
Herself, yeah. Mysteries. If I ever...
I'm getting so nervous.
Have you ever watched the show How to Get Away with Murder?
Yes.
I'm so sad that it ended, not gonna lie, but like...
It was good, though. I really liked it.
It was good. I really liked it, and
I really liked, what's her name? Laurel.
Oh, yeah.
Laurel Castillo. Oh my god, I butchered her name. My bad.
Okay, well, I know, like, you know how...
Sorry, I don't understand.
My Google will start talking. Well, like, one of the people, Castillo, like, they pronounce it with a J, and it was, like, weird.
Castillo.
You know what, I was sad when... Shoot, I forgot his name when he died. What's his name?
Oh, Wes?
Yeah, Wes. I was so
We're
sad
like here
when
claiming
he
to be big fans of the show. We can't even remember anyone's names.
Oops. I was so sad when he died because... Oh, you know...
their baby.
I know, they had a
child.
Oh.
And then the other dude kept trying to, like, be all, like, the father and stuff.
Oh, yeah, he's like the bodyguard or something like that. What's his name?
No, he's not the bodyguard. He's like the law apprentice or whatever. I don't know.
He just protects them. He, like...
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, frick, what's the main
Like, he does all
name?
the dirty work.
Yeah, the dirty work. And he's in love with Bonnie.
Who's Bobby?
Bonnie. The girl, the blonde girl.
No, Bonnie's... No, he's in love with Laurel.
Yes, but he can't be with Laurel. Remember at the Bonnie? Do you not remember them? Like how?
Wait, are him and Bonnie, like, were they dating?
Yes, at the end of the season.
What?
Wait, did you finish? Did you watch the season finale? Because
yes. Okay, here's the thing though. I kind of skipped around.
Oh.
All I remember is that the guy Connor and his boyfriend, I don't remember the boyfriend's name, but like they both got HIV.
Connor did.
And then,
Connor
well,
did.
they both did, right? Oh, just Connor?
Just Connor.
And then they told his mother.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I remember.
But
They were my favorite couple.
Same.
So over Thanksgiving, we got a puppy. His name is Weston. And he's so small. Like, he's 4.5 pounds.
How old is
And
he?
he's not like
you
a
said
dog.
9 weeks?
He's now 10 weeks. So we got him at 9 weeks. It's now a full week with him. And he's like not really a dog. Like I swear he's a cat because he doesn't like to eat food. We have to spoon feed him the food. Like on a spoon. And he like we have to literally beg him to eat it. I'm like, "Here, buddy, like here, please eat some food." And like he just does not want to eat it. So we're trying to get him to eat food.
Does he know
He
any
doesn't
tricks?
bark. Well, the spoon was the trick.
Oh.
Like
Wait.
I feed him like a baby.
Oh.
Because that's what one of my friends said to do.
Wait, he doesn't bark, but he cries.
He doesn't bark, he cries. So he
That's-
doesn't bark, and then he also doesn't like to play with toys.
But you guys bought him all these toys.
Like he just we bought him so many toys. We bought him basically all of these Bark Box toys. So he has like so many, like 20 toys, and he doesn't like any of them.
Wait,
Which
what?
like nothing against Bark Box because like their toys are the cutest, but like my dog just doesn't like toys.
Hello?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Damn
I
it!
can't hear you.
Wait, I can hear you now.
Oh, there. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For a
Oh
moment.
my god, it went out for a second. So yeah, we bought him so many of these Bark Box toys, which they're so cute, but like he just doesn't like toys, and so
What?
yeah,
But
he
you
just
said
wants
he
cuddles.
likes your dad's shoes.
Yeah, so he likes to chew on my dad's old shoes, and he likes cuddles, and that's all he does, just cuddles and old shoes.
Has he
Doesn't
gone?
bark, doesn't like food.
That's an
And
odd
he's super
dog.
well behaved. I know. But he does like he's super calm. Like he just follows us around all the time. He has like super
he's
I don't want to say
clingy.
super bad separation anxiety, but like he's very clingy to the point where he's following us around so closely. I accidentally stepped on him once because he's like trying to hug onto my leg.
Oh.
Like he puts his paws around my leg and like tries to hug onto my leg.
So cute.
He's so clingy. I know, but I feel so bad. And then he cries at night because he doesn't want to sleep alone.
He sleeps in a cage, right?
Not in a cage, in his little crate.
That's a cage.
It is a cage, but we call it a crate.
It's a better term for it if you don't want it to call it a cage.
Yeah, so that's the little update. How's your brother doing? Because your brother just turned 21.
He turned 21 on November 9th, and what happened was we went out to, and like he's drank before, so this wasn't like his first time drinking. Like he drank before, and what happened was he told me this. So he drank wine for the first time. I think it was like red wine. And he tilted his head back, and like it felt like he got whiplash and like a headache or whatever. And so he was like, I could already tell he wasn't feeling well because I was trying to show him these towels that the restaurant had, because they had like really nice towels, and the restaurant was like so like classy or
Bougie.
whatever. Yeah. And so basically he goes in the bathroom, and he tells me this. He goes in the bathroom and he already feels like he wants to like puke and vomit, and basically
Oh no.
he barely reaches the bathroom and passes out on the floor. And like, oh no.
Wait, but you're with your family, so it makes it worse. Because if you're with friends, I feel like that's not as bad. But he's with your family.
It was so funny because the waiter comes over and she's like, by the way, your son passed out. And, and she's like, your son passed out. And my parents like rushed into the restaurant because it's COVID and like they make everyone sit outside now. And it was so like, and my brother told me, he's like, all he remembered was the people saying, get a chair, and asking, are you all right?
Oh my god. I remember, because were we supposed to play Minecraft? I think we were going to play Minecraft that night. And you were like, haha, my brother's passed out. And you sent me a photo of him, and he's like, looks like his head's about to fall off. He's like, his neck's like to the side, his head's like tilted back. And you're like, haha, look, my brother's passed out. And I'm like, Carl.
No, because he was, and we
Such a
started
good
walking
sibling.
back. I know, I'm such a good sibling. We were walking back to the car, and my dad started driving, and like, you know, there's like seasick, and I guess you can get car sick as well. And he's like, pull over, I'm going to vomit. And so we just sat there waiting for him.
And then you guys went to Target after.
Target and Best
You were
Buy.
like, Cara was like vlogging the whole thing. She was like taking photos. She was like next to him with like the 2 fingers up the peace sign with her like lips like puckered up. She's like right next to him.
And I'm like, he's alive.
I was like vomiting into the trash can.
It was so funny.
See, these are the siblings we need.
No, because I didn't try to comfort him because he told me to shut up. He told me to, he was like, stop talking. So I was like, okay, I'll stop talking.
I'll take a photo gallery for later.
Memories. I sent you a before and after photo as well. It was so funny.
Oh my god. Oh, poor guy.
He's doing all right now. So.
I hope so. It's been like a week.
But every
He
time
was
we
still knocked out.
But every time we pass by like alcohol or wine, I just stare at him. I'm like, I just like remember.
He's like, no, I really don't remember.
And my mom started crying because she was like crying because she was sad. She's crying because it was funny.
Oh. Yeah, you can technically drink in Canada. So.
Oh yeah, what's the age limit again?
18. So if we're still going at this podcasting thing when we're 18, we'll fly to Canada and do a drunk Minecraft podcast. Where every time we die, we take a shot. And so every single time we die, it'll only get increasingly worse. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because like we'll be more drunk, so we'll die more, and then it'll just spiral until we black out. So
A full
responsible
circle.
children. Mhm.
Dude, I'm gonna be so scared when I'm drunk. I'm gonna be so scared of like the words that come.
I'm
out
gonna
of my
expose myself. I don't
Same.
even know what I'm gonna say, and I think that's the scariest thing. Because like I have nothing to hide, but like, do I have something to hide?
mouth. Maybe my drunken self just knows something. It's just waiting to like say stuff.
Okay, because see, I know a lot of stuff, but like none of it relates to me, you know?
It's other people's secrets that you have, that you're hiding.
So today we actually stuck to topics. We went through like 3 topics, and that's a pretty big accomplishment for us because normally we go through 20 topics with no context.
And
so,
we
like,
don't
we're
even go
basically
over the
professional
planned
podcasters. Like honestly, we plan it while we're doing it, and none of our information's accurate. We're just like, yo, you want to film the podcast tonight? And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
that's it. There's no planning.
But we know it's like every Saturday that we want to do it.
We do. Well, it's every Friday, but we all know where
really?
this leads.
I thought it was every Saturday.
We say we're gonna film every Friday, but we know we're gonna procrastinate till Saturday.
I thought it was every
See,
Saturday.
you're so used to procrastinating, you literally think it's Saturday now.
Oops. Oh well.
Okay.
Saturday,
So
wink,
that's
wink.
it for this bi-weekly podcast episode 4. Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
We love you. I don't know you. No. It's literally Carl listening to this podcast, so love you editing, Carl. Okay.
Yeah, I'm editing.
Bye, guys.
Bye.